Okay, so we just finished loading this by hand. This is the third full truck bed load of wood chips. Yep. And he's got his gloves, he's ready to go. We got our trash can here to put it in. It's going to be, this is what he has been working on here. Let me kind of back up a minute. And this is where he's going to put his, look at that sexy man. This is where he's going to put his worm bin. And I'll show you the inside. The chips, wood chips, are gonna go in there, and it's gonna go in the next section where I'm gonna have my supplies. So that's what it looks like in here, so it can be dark and cool. He'll put something over that spot and this spot. And after we get the wood chips in, this table gets moved further back. And then this is going to be my supply section here. So the wood chips is going to go in here. That tarp right there I just took off of this here, so it doesn't get all yucky. We're not gonna move this, honey. We're just gonna throw it under because I've got it tied all up. These that I put up here out of the way so we can put our wood chips is all of the water bottles that I'm gonna be making hose in it for the planters. And this is my potting soil. Now we'll only have to buy potting soil. Just leave this here, honey. We're gonna put the chips over here first and then transfer this over there so we don't have to take it out and bring it back in.
How are you gonna transfer the tarp?
We're not going to. We're just going to.
Okay, then I'd use that tarp.
Yes, I told you that. Okay. So you have a tarp. Okay, so we're gonna get busy here. And yeah, so we're gonna get busy on it. Let me move out so you can see. Okay.
What about this?
No, that stays right there. That's why it's hanging up there out of the way. And then this is what we've got done so far. That's the tarp I took off for that. And then I have my little hand tools and stuff like that I'm gonna need there. My compost bins here, and then I started this for the compost tea. And we rearranged the tables a different way, and as you can see, this was 2 truckloads of wood chips here. So we're hoping that third load of wood chips will be sufficient for both of those places that I need and he needs for those 2 places. If not, we're going to be getting some more. I've got these buckets sitting out right now because after today or tomorrow it's supposed to rain for a couple of days. That way it will catch fresh rainwater. I have this sorry. Okay, I have this tub right here to catch rainwater because on his worm bin, if you use tap water, you've got to let it sit out for a couple of days to get all the chlorine and stuff out, kind of the same way you would do for an aquarium. But if you catch rainwater, then he can just use the rainwater to keep everything moist in his worm bin. Okay, so I've got to get busy. Okay, so we've unloaded the third truck bed load full, however you want to say it, of wood chips, and half of it came in here. This is actually going to be my supply area, and so I won't be walking in water. Keep the grass down, and I got my soil here. Now see, once I do this first year, I had to buy all-purpose organic all-purpose potting mix to mix in. And after that, I'm gonna be doing my own soil. So the next year, the year after that, so on and so forth, I shouldn't have to buy anymore, because I will be doing my own and making my own compost tea. And then I've got like my wood ash from my fireplace in here. All-purpose fertilizer, 10-10-10. Now I had to buy a bag of fertilizer to start off with because I don't have what I need on my compost tea yet. But once I get that going, then I can use the compost tea for all of my plants. These bags right here, these fabric garden bags. See? And I'm going to use these. Now, I looked at the price of buckets. I looked at the price of planters. They were all too expensive for what I wanted to pay for. But you can get these bags that I just showed you. They come in a package of like 12, 24, like that. I got 12 of them, and it averaged out to like $2 a piece. So that's really good. Those fabric bags, I watched a lot of videos, and it pretty much said they last for many, many years. There's my water bucket sitting out to catch the rainwater for the next few days. But anyway, we got that third truckload of wood chips filled this up, and then it filled up Lee's where'd he go? He disappears. His area that he closed up here, he still got to put tarp over there for his worm bin. So he's got a table. He's going to have the worm bin under there, and the table is to put his supplies that he'll need to get started, which this is just our trash can. That's where he's going to be working. He's got his worm bin. He's going to put it together, and he's got his topsoil, his mix, his black soil and ground soil, all of that he'll mix. I shredded up a lot of papers. Here, Crow. A lot of papers for him to put in there. He'll put cardboard in there, and I've been saving some food scraps for him to put in there. Now, we've learned that my kitchen scraps and his kitchen scraps have to be separated. So I've got a container for me and a container for him. That's my water bucket to catch my water. Because in my compost, I can kind of put pretty much everything kitchen scraps except for no grease, no grease, no meat, like beef, stuff like that. No, like, you don't want to, you can put like cow manure, dry cow manure, you can put horse, goat, sheep, chicken. Now, you can also put, my sister does this, and I've watched videos, and even though they don't put meat in their compost, they can put tuna and they can put fish, believe it or not, if it's closed up like this, so no rodents get into it or anything like that, and that's really good for it. But on Lee's, for his for the worm bin, for his worm bin, let me just kind of like show you around while I'm yapping. I got my other tools here. For his worm bin, you cannot put any kind of citrus like lemon, oranges, grapefruit, the fruit itself, nor the peelings. That's not good for the worms. Now, even though you can put it in the compost for the garden, and it's a compost and there's worms in it, but they have access with everything else that's in there. So also on the worm bin, you cannot put like onions or garlic. Now, you can in mine, but not in his, so I'm keeping them separated. Now these, I just put a lot of grass in it right now, knowing it's going to rain. The grass will work down. It will break down because I won't be planting anything until after May the 14th. So when it comes to like May the 1st, let me back up, like May the 1st, then I'll start getting all my pots ready. I'll show you what I'm going to be doing to use water bottles to put the scraps inside of it, in each one. That way I can keep it spread out. So if one needs more potassium or needs more nitrogen, needs more carbon or whatever, I've got access to my bottles that will be in the middle. I'll explain it more in another video. Now this area here, see, we kind of separated it. Now this area here, right here, of course he's going to move those, is where I'm going to be doing my zucchini. We have an old gazebo that's got busted up in the wind and stuff, and I'm going to use the legs, put them together, and I'm going to make me a trellis right here for the zucchini to grow off of. Okay, and there is my, like, I got all of these, so I can tie them up to make my TP trellis for my vining vegetables. And yeah, so it's coming along. Okay, I want to show you what I got here. What I'm going to do is, remember, nothing is my idea. I've watched tons of videos on the easiest way to do things, different ways to keep out ants. I'm trying to figure out everything what I need to do prior to planting, so I will be ready for the unexpected. So a lot of people have trouble in their gardens with the slugs. They have trouble in their gardens with ants. So what I'm going to do is, since Lee made me tables, which I've showed you before. Oh, and I'm going to put bricks in between. I've got a ton of bricks that I used to have underlying the gazebo. Gazebo's not there no more, so I got plenty of bricks to work with. I will put bricks in between each one where I'm standing and working. But see how, okay, these legs are, so it'll be a lot easier to keep ants out and slugs out. So what I am going to do is, slugs don't like copper, and this is just a ring. So what I'm going to do is I will cut, like, just cut it like from the middle outward, kind of like a, well, I'm just gonna, like a pie, kind of just cut one cut, put it like this. Hopefully hopefully you can see, because I really can't see my screen because of the light. So I will just cut it from here all the way around to here, and then it kind of spreads out and unrolls. So when you do that, it unrolls. So when I unroll it, then I'm going to wrap it one around each leg, So I will cut it, unroll it, and then wrap it like around here. So when these slugs come up, they're not, okay. So when I cut it,
well, I don't know where it's going.
okay.
Oh my.
So when I cut it, it will be wrapped all the way around the legs, and the slugs will not cross it. They don't like copper, they don't like the feel of this, so they won't go up the legs to get to the plants. Now, as far as ants go, I got some duct tape. So this is going to be here. Then there will be a strip above it of duct tape, only the duct tape Just this. Look inside your thing right there, that buggy basket thingy, wagon. And then, okay, I'm filming. Okay, and then right above it, I'm gonna put duct tape. And this idea came from Lee because he said his dad used to do it. Only the duct tape is gonna be the sticky part out. So that way the ants will go up and they can't cross the sticky part all the way around. So I will do this on every single one of the legs. And so I've got the duct tape. And like I say, the sticky part out so the ants cannot cross it. Okay, he's just preparing his worm bin. He's got the paper in.
Shredded paper.
And he started to put dirt in, and I told him, wait, let me film him.
Black dirt going in first. Now the in-ground soil, and it is black.
Okay.
That's some good stuff there, Maynard. Okay.
Now he's gonna finish putting that in. I kind of stopped him so I could get him on film. Camera, video, whatever you call it.
So get another bucket.
Okay.
On the lid. Yeah, some good stuff.
You don't need my shovel? My little hand one?
Spread it like this.
Okay.
You reckon I'm gonna put some more?
Well, what else you got to put in it? What?
The topsoil.
Okay, so you'll put the topsoil. When do I crush up the eggs for you?
Oh, that could go in now.
Okay, so don't do anything. Let me go get you some.
Okay, crushed egg.
Okay, so what are you putting in?
We'll put in some crushed eggshells.
Okay.
Got to sprinkle it out in there.
That's so that the worms can have a little grit.
Yeah.
If you don't need to put it all, you can save
Yeah, I
some
don't
for
think it
later.
needed out. So,
Okay. And then he's got some scraps, which is some coffee grounds and banana and just some scraps to throw in that
That's
we have for now. And then later I'll cut up the rest of that cantaloupe rind. You'll be adding that to it. Okay, what is?
topsoil. No, yeah, this topsoil.
Let me get a picture of what you
Potting
just.
soil.
Okay, let me get a. Don't pour it yet. Okay, so he's putting in this one here. So when I get the grounds cut up, you can put those in it too.
Okay, here we go. Oh,
What
stuck
happened?
me.
I'll have to put the rest of the eggshells in a little container for you to leave
Let's
sitting
sprinkle
out
some
here.
of this on top of that there.
Okay. That's the eggshells, powdered, well, crushed.
Okay. Now, I should put the topsoil in, right?
Okay, let me get a picture.
Topsoil. All right, got my knife. I rip that bite easy. Need to wet this a little bit.
So that container that I had the scraps in, you can put some water in it and bring it in here. And
Okay, I'll go get creek water. Some
oh,
creek
he's
water.
gonna use creek water. Okay.
Oh yeah, looks good.
Okay, now what?
Well, when I start, I'm gonna go big time, and I'm gonna be a millionaire. And I hope. Go into worm farm business.
Okay, so you see he's got his other bucket underneath it. So his bucket's got holes in the bottom to catch the castings. And his lid has a lot of holes in it for it
I'm
to
gonna put some more
breathe.
of that black dirt on top of that. Bring it in.
Now, remember, honey, look at me.
What?
Now, I'm not telling you what to do, but if you get it too high, worms will crawl out the top.
They can't crawl out with the lid on. You keep
got
the lid
holes
on
in
it.
You got holes in it.
Yeah.
You got holes in the lid.
Yeah. You have to put the lid on it.
I was talking about the lid, honey, saying they can crawl out of it if you get that too high.
No, they can't crawl out that lid.
All right.
They can't get through them holes. It's too small.
You remember the size of those other worms I caught, how small they were?
Okay.
They're smaller than your holes. Okay, so all of
I'm using night crawlers.
all of that will stay on his table.
Night crawlers are huge. Okay, ready for the worms. Go to Walmart.
Okay, so that's it. So he's going to get some creek water. He's going to sprinkle it down in here. And then I've got some cantaloupe rinds that I've got to cut up real small for him, and he can add that in. Then he's got the, show the cardboard deal for the eggs. And then he's got one of them right now. The other one I've got eggs on. So 2 of these. So once he puts the worms in it,
You just lay that on top of the worms.
then he's going to put that
Right on top of the worms.
in there. But he's got to get water first and water that down
Yeah, just a little. Sprinkle it up good.
Okay, so this will be like this. He'll get this all finished up. He won't add worms for 2 days.
I'll go see if I can get some creek.
Okay. Here's Lee going down the bank. He doesn't fall on his butt. He's going to get some creek water that's coming out of that right there.
That's that.
If you wait a minute, I'll turn this off and walk around and get it.
Yeah, come and get it. I'll get it.
Okay, so he has his creek water, and he's
Creek
using
water.
the
Just
cup
going to keep it moist.
to sprinkle some in it.
Won't take much. Okay, that's good.
Okay, and he's just gonna sit that up there for the next time.
I'm gonna carry my bricks in here now. I'm gonna put one right over there to put the water on.
Okay.
Oh man, we're getting this worm farm fixed up pretty fast.
Okay, are you done?
Yep, I'm gonna make
You just gotta close it up.
$1 million.
You just gotta close it up. Your lid's right here.
No, I ain't done.
Well, what? I just asked you if you were done, so I know what I'm doing with the phone.
No, I don't carry all these right here in there.
Oh, you're done with this though. Okay.
Yeah.